Hey everyone, let me talk to you about Tuesday and how you can spend approximately 3 hours today in in conversation with the text of Scripture and with God and with the daily events of your life. First of all, let's start out the day with 30 minutes. Spend up to 30 minutes today attending to the text of John 1 through 18 by reading it out loud to yourself. And pause, and then read it out loud again. A few comments to help point you toward understanding the value of reading the text out loud to yourself this way, as part of exegesis. New Testament scholars, as well as classical scholars, have long agreed that the great majority of the population in the first century, perhaps as much as 90 or 95%, were illiterate. They could not read a written text. As a result, anything that was put into writing was seldom, if ever, read silently. It just was always read aloud and given voice. So, as it was read, that voice could be heard. Imagine then for a moment that you're that someone who's reading the text, and reading it not only for yourself, but reading it as a member of a house church that's received John's gospel. And there are people gathered around you in a Roman villa to listen to you speak and give voice to the words of one of Jesus' apostles. Read the text out loud. Then notice any differences in listening to the text as you read it aloud compared to when you read it silently. What were the differences? What did you notice? Why do you think you noticed these differences when you read the text aloud? How did the text impact you differently? Start out with 30 minutes today on Tuesday, reading the text aloud to yourself, and then sometime during the day, spend 1 hour reading and watching your way through Mounce's materials in chapter 3, as well as watching my video, if you haven't already done that in your pre-reading for the course. Spend a second hour today on Tuesday watching videos by Dr. Rob Plummer. This is part of what he calls the Daily Dose of Greek. Each of his videos will take you about 3 to 5 minutes. You won't and you shouldn't expect to be able to follow all of what he says at this point with your knowledge of New Testament Greek, but try to catch on to part of it. Use your copy of the Pocket Dictionary for the study of New Testament Greek to look up a few things that Rob said, a few words that he used, some of the terms that made you curious, that you want to know more about. Select videos from the Daily Dose of Greek videos that you'll find in the transcript to this video. Select videos from Dr. Plummer that make you want to dig deeper into them, because they touch on verses in John 1 that you really want to know more about. When you finish one of Dr. Plummer's videos, pause and decide if you want to journal anything that was really insightful for you, that Greek showed you that perhaps you had not noticed by reading English alone. You don't need to find something in every verse that you watch from the Daily Dose of Greek, and you don't need to journal after every video. Be selective. Select the verses that you really want to study in depth. Watch the analysis of those verses in the Daily Dose of Greek on the video. And then, if part of the analysis particularly is insightful for you, take time to capture some of those insights in your journal. Finally, today on Tuesday, spend up to 30 minutes in your evening before you go to your rest, going back to the text. At the end of the day, I want to encourage you to spend some time and examine, again on this Tuesday, noticing how the text for this week, our text in John 1, verses 1 through 18, impacted you internally and externally as you move through your day. Spend some time thinking through and pondering that, and then jot a few brief notes in your journal. Following your time of study today, when did this week's text penetrate your awareness? What was happening to you when it did? What came to mind for you as it did? Could there be an invitation from God for you in noticing how the text and your experience intersected this Tuesday? how it interacted, the text, and your day today? Again, there's a wonderful series of videos from Fuller Studio on the ancient practice of interacting at the end of the day with your experience with God and with Scripture. As I said yesterday, it's not required that you watch all the videos today, but if you watch one of them yesterday and want to watch another one today and have time to do that, I hope that you will. And I hope that at some point along the way of the course, you'll take time to watch each of the videos that are available from the Fuller Studio video. Thanks for your time on this Tuesday. I'll see you with another video on Wednesday.